Good morning. It's Friday, June 26th. Here's what we're working on.
A 54-year-old man was seriously injured as he was waiting for a bus. I'm Sean Cowan, live downtown Hamilton at King and Dundurn with all the details.
The Welland Float Fest has been canceled due to safety concerns.
Kind of an impossible situation there. Good cross. Chance for the winner for Turkey. And there it is.
Turkey beats the U.S. last night for its only win at the World Cup. Celebration is on for many teams at the World Cup who are advancing. We are celebrating because it's finally Friday.
Woo!
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah, we did. Some weeks are longer than others, right?
Yes.
But at least school is coming to, well, school officially ended yesterday, but there's a few schools that are still in today, but that'll be gone. And then we'll be getting, into some, and what a weekend it's going to be weather-wise. Oh, yeah. I mean, today we'll have just a few clouds, and of course we have the fog. We have a fog advisory in effect for Hamilton, the Niagara Peninsula, and for Brantford as well. Not for Halton, Peel, Toronto, but yeah, it's fairly misty this morning. But today we'll see some sunshine this morning, some cloud cover, and then Saturday, Sunday, all the way through, even into Monday, we're going to have sunshine and temperatures in the mid to starting to climb. And we've got a heat wave on next week. That's 3 days into the 30s, and we'll talk about all of that coming up. Our temperature right now is, if you want to get technical about it, is 14.7, and the dew point is 14.7. And that means the air is completely saturated. We have 100% humidity. That's why we're seeing that moisture in the air at the moment. All right, we'll talk about that coming up. Quick check on the roads. Roads are doing fine. It's Friday. It's light volume. That's the way the 403 right around Waterdown Road area looks. That's our exclusive camera. I want to show you some of the fog in the area. Here's the QEW Mountain between Niagara Falls and St. Catharines. That continues through 50 Road. Top of the Skyway starts to get better, and by the time you flip ahead to Mississauga Road, nope, there's nothing there. So traffic is pretty good this morning. We'll look at weather, and we will double check traffic coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thank you, Brian. A man has suffered serious life-altering injuries after being hit by an SUV at a bus shelter near downtown Hamilton. Happened at King Street East in Dundurn Street North, and that's where Sean Cowan is live this morning with more. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Rick. Well, as you can see by the bus shelter behind me here, a lot of damage downtown Hamilton. Now, Hamilton police say this all happened around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. A woman was driving, coming out of the Tim Hortons parking lot. She was going onto King Street and then making her way over to Dundurn when she lost control of her SUV and hit a 54-year-old man who was waiting at the bus shelter. Now, there were a number of people here at the time. Hamilton EMS say other people were assessed at the scene for injuries but refused transportation. All roads in the area were closed for the investigation. Police say the man was transported to the hospital with serious life-altering injuries. The female driver of the Ford Edge was not injured. Now, police are asking anyone who witnessed this to contact them. And I did reach out to police this morning to ask if that woman was facing any charges, and I also asked police for an update on the condition of the 54-year-old man who was taken to the hospital. Simone from downtown Hamilton, I'll send it back inside to you.
Thanks, Sean. Brantford police say the motorcyclist involved in a serious crash on Wednesday has died. The crash involving a car and motorcycle happened on King George Road near Verratti Avenue just before 2 a.m. Police say the investigation remains active and ongoing. There's been no information on whether charges will be laid. Anyone with information or video footage is asked to contact police.
Niagara police have shared new photos of a missing 80-year-old man from St. Catharines who hasn't been seen since Monday afternoon. Security video footage shows Stuart Stone walking north on Lake Street near Black Knight Road just before 3:30 p.m. on Monday. He was wearing black shorts, a blue-gray light jacket, a Blue Jays hat, and black running shoes. He was also carrying a reusable grocery bag. Police say he's 5'8" with short gray hair. He wears glasses and walks with a limp. Posts on social media say a community search party is taking place at 9 a.m. in the plaza at Lake Street and Lakeshore Road to look for him.
There were fireworks at Hamilton Police Service Board meeting yesterday as the civilian appointee resigned dramatically at the start of the meeting. Dr. Anjali Meneses served for nearly 3 years as the Hamilton Police Service Board's first citizen appointee, but she cited persistent mistreatment from colleagues and a culture of exclusion as she announced her resignation. She says she has several concerns about the Hamilton Police Service Board, including what she says is a failure to address documented rises in hate crimes and extremism in Hamilton.
I hoped that I could bring both accountability and transparency to this role to better address the hate in our city and to work towards finding common ground, right? Building bridges between the widening divides in our city. I've sat on this board and these have been my colleagues for 3 years, and bar member Kretsch, not a single one of my colleagues or senior service officers have ever taken the time to even learn how to pronounce my name. They either continuously mispronounce it or they avoid using my name in any way. That is continuous dehumanizing, behavior that I have had to endure.
Board Chair Don Robertson told CHCH News that he was caught off guard by her resignation and declined comment until he could learn more about her concerns.
A funeral has been held for well-known Hamilton businessman Peter Mercanti.
And one of the remarkable things about Peter that everyone was mentioning, that he seemed to feel that you were always welcomed in his presence, which was a theme that resonated again through all the tribute messages that I was reading through. Some people have a gift for making others feel important, and Peter possessed that gift in abundance.
Mercanti died last week at the age of 77 following a period of heart trouble. He founded Carmen's Banquet Center, a landmark venue on Hamilton Mountain that is at the center of a group of businesses that includes hotels, restaurants, and catering. The funeral was held at Christ the King Basilica in the downtown.
Rescue crews are searching for survivors after 2 powerful earthquakes devastated northern Venezuela, killing at least 235 people and injuring more than 4,300. Authorities warn the death toll will climb as thousands of people are still unaccounted for after the 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude quakes. The worst damage is in the coastal state of La Guaira, where neighbors are digging through collapsed buildings as rescue teams and international aid begin arriving. The quakes were among Venezuela's strongest in more than a century. Australia says it will review the effectiveness of its teen social media ban to ensure the regulator has maximum enforcement power. The announcement comes as a new study found the world-first measure had little impact on adolescent access to the technology. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said the government planned to stress test the law, which bans platforms like Meta's Instagram and Google's YouTube from giving under 16s accounts, citing some of the feedback that's there. The review shows the government facing up to a reality that has been apparent to Australian parents since the ban went live last December. Despite early reports the ban had shut down millions of accounts, teen social media use is little changed. Albanese did not give further details about what steps the government would take. The Westdale Theatre in Hamilton was the scene of a special concert last night to mark the 50th anniversary of the Festival of Friends. The event, scheduled for July 31st to August 2nd, is Canada's largest free music festival. Last night's event featured an intimate concert with performers such as Susie McNeil, Tom Wilson, Mark Jordan, Hawksley Workman, and more. Organizers for this year's festival say the premise for the event, when it started in 1976, was simple: a festival by artists for artists offering something new and interesting. That blueprint has stood the test of time, according to radio broadcaster, writer, and host for last night's event, Alan Cross.
Festival of Friends is an actual anomaly. The fact that it is still happening after 50 years is absolutely incredible when you consider the longevity of most other festivals in the world. I mean, this is right up there with something like Glastonbury or Roskilde. It's a big deal. Why? I don't know. It has something to do with the people of Hamilton, the quality of the performers, the fact that it doesn't cost a lot to go to one of these things. It's just a great community event.
Along with the always lengthy list of performers, the festival in Gage Park at the end of July will feature more than 150 vendors, a midway, and children performers.
FIFA World Cup has provided a few surprises this summer, and we had another one last night.
Out of an impossible situation there. Good cross. Chance for the winner for Turkey. And there it is.
Turkey scored the winning goal in the 99th minute to beat the United States 3-2 in a back-and-forth tilt at Los Angeles Stadium. Now, despite the loss, the U.S. still clinched first place in Group D and will face Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32. The Netherlands beat Tunisia 3-1 to win Group F, while Germany lost 2-1 to Ecuador, but the four-time champions still won Group E. Blue Jays have hit the midway point of the season, and they do so on a 3-game losing streak.
And another high fly ball, deep left field. Schneider back at the wall, and this one is gone.
Rangers raced out to a 6-0 lead at the Dome thanks to home runs off Kevin Gausman by Jock Peterson, Wyatt Langford, and Jake Berger, and held on for a 6-5 win. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts as Toronto fell to 39-42. Halfway through the season, Vladdy, who's in the first year of a 14-year, $500 million contract, has yet to hit a home run at home this season and has only 4 in total this year. The Jays are tied with the Rangers, Astros, and A's in the race for the final wildcard spot in the American League. After their game against Welland was rained out last night, the Hamilton Cardinals are back at it tonight when they host Kitchener. And it's Carnival Night at Bernie Arbor Stadium on the Hamilton Mountain. First pitch is at 7:35. Apart from the action on the diamond, the Cirque du Soleil Lucia Street Team will be at the game, showcasing some of their costumes on the concourse. There's also going to be a bunch of giveaways at the game tonight. Marina Mabrey tied a WNBA record by scoring 53 points to lead the Toronto Tempo to a 125-97 win over the LA Sparks. Mabrey drained 9 three-pointers, which also tied her own WNBA record. Hamilton's Kia Nurse had 12 points and 3 rebounds as Toronto evened their record at 9-9.
56 seconds. End zone long. Touchdown. TJ Luther has it.
The Edmonton Elks are 3-0 for the first time since 2017. Cody Fajardo threw an 8-yard touchdown with 56 seconds to go as the Elks slipped past Winnipeg 23-18. The Blue Bombers are now 1-2. Tonight, the Argos take on the Rough Riders in Regina. All right, the Maple Leafs have officially introduced Jim Hiller as the franchise's 41st head coach.
I don't mean anything negative by it. It's just me. I just believe that's my most important job, is to build the spirit as strong as it can. Try to help push that along, and if that grows strong enough, I will know we'll have a great season.
Hiller takes over a team that finished in last place in the NHL's Atlantic Division last season, which led to the firing of head coach Craig Berube. How about this shot by Yanni Seng in round 1 of the Women's PGA Championship at Hazeltine? Standing in the water, she chips in for a birdie and is 1 over. Ina Yoon tied the best score in the history of the tournament with a 9 under 63 and has a 2-stroke lead. Canada's Brooke Henderson is 3 under. Eric Cole leads the PGA's Travelers Championship by 1 shot after he carded a 7 under 63. Scotty Scheffler is 1 shot back. Canadian Corey Connors is 2 behind.
6:13. Hey, welcome to a Friday morning, and it's a foggy Friday morning. We have fog advisories in effect for Hamilton, Niagara, for Brantford as well. Yeah, and you can see that right there. Traffic in the fog is doing okay. So the 403 and Waterdown Road area still doing fine. That's our exclusive camera. Once again, I'll show you into the St. Catharines, Niagara Falls area. Here's the QEW at Mountain. Very foggy through here. No problems on the road. Same with west of 50. Top of the Skyway Bridge, it begins to clear. So there's no fog advisory for Halton, for Peel, into Toronto as you continue to go through Burlington, Oakville, into Mississauga. Yeah, there's not a lot of fog. I mean, it's a little hazy, but the traffic is moving very nicely. So let's get to the temperature as we start off the morning here. Our temperature right now, while we round it up to 15 degrees, it's actually 14.7, which is exactly at the dew point, which means the air is completely saturated. It can't hold all that moisture, so you're seeing it in the form of fog. Winds are light, humidity is right up there, and air quality today Not quite as good as yesterday, but still in the low risk category. So really no problems there. Now, we did have a lot of thunderstorm activity push its way, well, particularly in southwestern Ontario. I was here yesterday evening doing the weather at 6 o'clock, and shortly after 6, all of a sudden, tornado warnings were popping up into southwestern Ontario, and one was spotted in the Glencoe area last night. So that has pushed away with that low pressure system dragging the cold front. We are going to see some sun this morning, and then it'll start to get cloudy later on this afternoon. But a ridge of high pressure for the weekend is the good news, and it's going to be sunny for the weekend. Today, temperatures anywhere from 21 for Burlington to 23 and 24. We'll start off with a fair bit of sun and then a little bit more cloud cover for the afternoon. Tonight, we're down to 13 to 14 to 15 degrees, some clouds to a mainly clear sky. And then tomorrow looks good for Saturday. Lots of sun, bit of cloud cover. Temperature range anywhere from, well, 20 for Burlington, but 23 to 25 degrees for the rest of the Horseshoe. So a pretty nice Saturday tomorrow. Out the door, 26th morning of June. So we're looking at a fog advisory in effect for Hamilton, Niagara, Brantford, and temperature right now is sitting at 15. Long range coming up. Simone, Rick.
Thank you, Brian. Coming up after the break, Royal Bank of Canada has been ordered to pay a multi-million-dollar fine. We'll have more on that after the break. 6:18 on your Friday morning. In business news this morning, the Canadian dollar has ticked up to 70.48 cents U.S. Gold is up $1.40 U.S. an ounce, and oil is down $2.51 to $69.41 U.S. a barrel. In midday European trading, London, Frankfurt, and Paris are all down this hour.
The Asian markets closed the week with a rough day that saw Tokyo give up 3,000 points. At Thursday's close, the TSX and Dow were up while the Nasdaq lost ground.
Financial Consumer Agency of Canada has ordered RBC to pay a $4.25 million fine for failing to transfer credits from deactivated credit card accounts to customers' new accounts. The agency says the impacted customers received inaccurate monthly credit card statements, and some customers incurred additional charges. Almost 28,000 accounts were affected. RBC transferred and refunded over $22 million to correct the error.
A new survey from Deloitte Canada says the country's economy will rebound near the end of the year, moving economic growth into positive territory. The consulting firm says that late push should bring to 0.7% for the year, and the report says that growth in 2027 could reach 2%. There are two reasons why, according to Deloitte. The first is they say Canada remains relatively tariff-free, and the second is new government policies that should restore a positive business attitude. The report also called talk of recession exaggerated.
German business magazine says Volkswagen aims to slash up to 100,000 jobs over the next few years. It also says CEO Oliver Blume intends to reduce investment by around 15% to just over $210 billion over the next 5 years. Volkswagen's namesake core VW brand and the parts manufacturing plants would reportedly be spun off from the current group structure and incorporated into separate entities.
Apple Macs and iPads just got more expensive. The company says the reason is that AI demand is spiking the cost of chips and memory. Apple says it can no longer shield customers from those increases, and that includes Apple products here in Canada. For example, the entry-level MacBook, the cheapest iPad, and the iPad mini are all up $100 or more on various levels of the products. iPhone prices remain the same for now.
Gamers in the market for an Xbox shouldn't delay in buying one. Microsoft announced it's boosting the price of the video game console by $100 in August. And if you want a 1 terabyte model, those are going up $150. Anyone looking for the 2 terabyte version is going to be out of luck completely. It's being discontinued. The company is blaming skyrocketing storage and memory prices, and that's the same thing it said when it raised prices back in October. Time for a quick timeout. Brian is going to return with an update on your traffic and your 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
All right, it's Friday, 6:24, and it's fairly foggy in a lot of areas this morning. We had fog advisories in effect for Hamilton, the Niagara Peninsula, Brantford. Here's the QEW at Welland going through St. Catharines. There's no volume at all. The visibility gets better as you come through Stony Creek toward the Skyway. That's the QEW at Woodward Avenue heading toward the Skyway. Walker's Line, there's no problems, even a little bit, a hint of some sunshine. But look how light the volume is. All the way through Erin Mills Parkway, not a problem. We'll dip into the 403 at Dundas going up from the Ford plant. That looks pretty good. There's a little bit of haze right there, as you can see. So be very careful this morning. In some areas, the fog is really, really thick. Let's get to our temperature that we have kicking off this Friday morning. Temperature in Hamilton right now sitting at 15, 12 for Toronto, and 16 for Grimsby and for Mississauga. So today, Friday, here's our sun times, 5:41 and 9:04. Seasonal temperatures, 25 and 14, so we're a degree above seasonal to start this Friday morning, and those are our records for today. We will see sunshine this morning, and then we're going to see a bit more cloud cover pushing in for the afternoon. But today, 24 with a humidex of 29 degrees. Tonight down to 15. Tomorrow, well, the temperature goes down a bit, but we get back into sunshine, real nice sunshine. Mainly sunny, 23, feeling like 27. 27 on Sunday. Look at the sunshine stick around, and look at those temperatures start to ramp up. 27 on Sunday, 28 on Monday. Then it's actually our first real heat wave of this summer season. 32 on Tuesday, 33 on Wednesday for Canada Day, and 32 again on Thursday. You need 3 days into the 30s for a real heat wave, and that's what we have next week. But yeah, Canada Day, there's a slim chance of a shower. That's your forecast. Simone, Rick.
Thank you, Brian. A man in Australia had a front row seat to a showdown between two kangaroos.
The cameraman looked on as the two marsupial brutes bashed one another for a good couple of minutes in his backyard. The pair literally went toe-to-toe as the cameraman wisely stayed out of the way before the battling beasts hopped off, probably to continue their bout elsewhere.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
What are they fighting over?
They are relentless. He got
That's a low blow.
It's mixed martial arts.
Yes, this is what it is. I would pay to watch this.
This guy gets a front row seat.
He should have been charging neighbors. Come on over.
Goodness. Yeah, I guess that's not something we would see here, huh?
No, not at all. Stay with us. More to come after the break here on Morning Live. Good morning.
I guess we'd only have like raccoons.
Yes.